Good morning, YouTube. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to discuss the email that I received back from Randy from Auto Auction Rebuild's YouTube channel. And we're also going to be discussing what is called a common law trademark and the misconceptions of what that covers, because that's what Randy is now claiming. Let's get into the video. So good morning, this is April 5th, 2025. It's now 10 a.m. and we are doing a video in reference to the email that I received back from Randy. So as you guys know, I told you yesterday that I had reached out to Randy with questions and trying to kind of clear the air and mediate this, or kind of calm it down, if you will, and try to squash it. Because at the end of the day, I don't want to take his livelihood, and I just wanted him to take accountability for his actions and the things that he's said and done. With that being said, he finally emailed me back at 4:05 this morning, and I wanted to read to you guys the email. Now, before I read to you guys the email, I want to kind of give you a little bit of context so you kind of understand what he is saying back to me. So in the email that I had sent over to him, because he is constantly accusing TK of being a liar and this, that, and the fourth, I tried to give him an avenue or an out. So I want you guys to keep that in mind when I'm reading this. TK is fully aware. He's seen the email that I sent to Randy. TK is not upset. He's completely on my side. So let's talk about the email that Randy responded to me. So the email that Randy sent back, he says, my replies will be delayed as I work most of the day. I am not sure there's much to discuss at this point. You can believe me or not. I honestly do not care. Number one, I never ever called you any disparaging names. My best friends in GJC were gay, and I marched with them in 1996 before it was cool. Marching with them meant that people could come after you. It was not okay back then in that environment to even be friends with someone who was gay. Why would I care who you spend your time with? Number two, I did not take down your videos. I had nothing to do with killing your channel. It was not me. I was pissed off that you went after Robin. Robin is the head, or was, she's not any longer, was the head of social media, the social media team for Copart. So as you guys remember, I told you guys I sued Copart. So that's what he's talking about. Because I was pissed off that you went after Robin in the videos and said some nasty things about her. She has a husband and kids that could have inadvertently seen that video. I did tell Robin and Copart about the videos, but I did nothing else. Number three, I never told TK I had anything to do with reporting your channel. That never happened. I have reported recent content that violates my privacy and or copyright. YouTube sided with me on these issues, and that's where we are. So he says he's reported several things, so he kind of told on himself, because the only thing that I know about is one that was sent over to me. So he did kind of slip up and tell on himself there. But the only thing that YouTube has sided on him with, if he's reported several things, is the one video where I kind of screen recorded him blabbing about his finances and about him being in such debt and stuff like that. And I made my little comments in the background on it. It was like a minute and a half video, and that got taken down by YouTube. But that's the only thing that I'm aware of that he reported. So if he's reported more, he just told on himself. So then it goes on to say, number four, pertaining to my, and he put it in capital letters, my trademark, you can't own it. Someone screwed you because you are not the owner of my brand. Checking the USPTO verifies this fact. I'm going to get into that as well, because I did check into that today. It says, even if you just filed for it, it was pending, it would show up. It does not. You can't argue with the United States Patent and Trademark website. It does not lie. You could file all day, but I own common law trademark. And that's what we're going to get into is common law trademark, because he thinks he's protected by common law trademark. And he is sort of in the state of Oklahoma. That's it. But anyway, the USPTO would investigate and deny your application. If you somehow manage to obtain the trademark, you would be quickly shut down once I submitted my documents to the USPTO. I own the trademark through common law. I have been using it for over 10 years, therefore you cannot own it. I am not really concerned with any of this, and I have no interest in watching your videos. I am out here living my life, and I'm not concerned with what you are doing unless it violates my rights. I have no interest in partnering up with a guy who spends his day making videos about me. Maybe TK was involved. Maybe it was always him. Maybe you two are playing games. Maybe not. I honestly don't care. All I can tell you is whatever happened to your channel back then was not me. It never was. All I did was tell Copart about your videos. Have a good day. So then I emailed him back at 4:32 a.m. this morning because I just happened to be awake. I had got up to use the bathroom and seen the messages from him. And then I also got a message from TK because Randy had screenshotted the email that I had sent to him and sent it to TK. But I had already sent the email to TK. TK knew what I had said. Anyway, so I responded back to him. I said, thanks for the reply. Let me ask you this, and this will tell me a lot. I said, did you talk to TK on the phone last night? By the way, he also messaged me with a screenshot where you forwarded it to him. Thanks. Now, let me kind of explain to you guys, and I'm going to read the rest of this. Let me kind of explain to you guys why I keep mentioning TK. Because Randy, for the longest time, has claimed that TK is a compulsive liar, that he's lied about his military status, he's lied to his ex-wives, he's done this and that, and he's stolen, and he's just this horrible guy. As I have told you guys in previous videos, we all have a past. We've all done shit. Has TK done some of the things that Randy has accused him of? Maybe. It's not for me to judge, just like TK doesn't judge me for my past. So with that being said, until somebody proves to me that the things that TK has said to me is a lie, I take them for face value. And I can tell you TK has always been there in my corner for me when I needed something. So I was trying to play this in a direction where Randy could pin it on TK, and it failed. But I wanted to see, if Randy was going to admit to what he said and what he had done, or if he was going to blame it on somebody else, or if he was just going to deny it completely. And what he ended up doing was denying it completely. So he responded back to me. He said, no, I did not speak to him on the phone. He texted me and I replied, yes, I sent this to him as I'm not picking sides with two people that I do not trust. I have all the messages on my phone. This is why I do not do phone calls. I want everything accessible to prove what was said. So then I responded back and I told him, well, if you have the screenshots of these messages that TK supposedly sent you, please send them over to me because I would love to see them, because that would really quickly shut everything down. That would tell me if, TK is telling me that Randy called him and they had a conversation and Randy was basically begging him to have me stop what I was doing. If he has messages that prove otherwise, then wouldn't you send those? Just doesn't make any sense to me. So let's get into common law trademarks. And I can tell you guys, I've learned a lot about all of this over the last several days, because this is all stuff that I was pretty ignorant to. So first, let me clear up something else. And this is something that I just found out today. And one, I feel kind of embarrassed and stupid, but two, I'm still protected, and this far along in the game, there's really nothing that Randy can do at this point. So I did reach out to the USPTO in reference to why the trademark is not showing up online as pending or showing up that it's registered. And so I used a company. So let me go back a little bit. So as I had told you guys, I have an attorney that I deal with that has been dealing with me for the last 4.5 years or so that deals with anything to do with my business aspects. There is limitations to what he can and cannot do, and trademarks are one of the things that he does not do. So he referred me over. He did help me with filling the paperwork out, but he navigated me over to a website called trademarkengine.com. Now, trademarkengine.com, you fill out all of the paperwork, you pay your fees and do all of that, and then they do everything else. Well, I had gotten an email from them on June the 1st, late that evening, that stated that my trademark paperwork was complete. And again, this is the first time I've ever done a trademark, so I didn't really know what that was. I've been showing you guys here online in my videos and stuff, the trademark. And so anyway, from what I was told, and I did reach out to Trademark Engine as well. And so from what I was told is when they sent that email, what that meant was all of the paperwork on their side has went through their attorneys. They have searched for conflicts and done all of that, and everything on their side is done. Now it is being sent over to the USPTO for them to process. Now, I did ask them how long it was going to take because I had already started kind of enforcing the trademark. And I was told that with the paperwork that I already have, that it protects me somewhat. It doesn't protect me all the way, which could be an indication as to why YouTube hasn't shut his channel down yet. But they said that they file for what is called an expedited trademark, registered trademark. And they said that within the next 30 to 60 days, sometimes 90 days, depending on how backed up the patent office is, that I should have that final document with the stamp, whatever. So I did ask them about the common law trademark, and I told them basically the scenario of what was going on, and wanted to know that, if what I was doing was legal or illegal. And they assured me that they had already run all the conflict reports and stuff like that, and I'm not conflicting with anything at this point. And whatever Randy decided to send over after the trademark was fully enforceable would be laughed out or thrown out, because a common law trademark, which is what Randy is trying to claim, is only geographically enforceable. It's not nationwide. So let me read to you guys this directly off of the USPTO's website. It says, you can claim a common law trademark rights for a YouTube channel name even if you do not formally register it with the USPTO. This means that you have rights to protect your brand name in the area where you currently are actively using it, which means Oklahoma. However, common law trademarks have limitations compared to registered trademarks. The limitations of a common law trademark have geographical limitations. Your rights are generally limited to the area in which you are actively using your name and logo. And they're not talking about on YouTube, they're talking about geographically, meaning geographically means the state in which you are residing in when you're using this. They also lack the broad nationwide protection of a federal trademark registration, which is what is in process of being completed for me. So the next thing on here says choosing between common law and registered trademarks. It said if you are starting your YouTube channel and are not yet using your name and logo in a nationwide geographical area, meaning he hasn't used auto auction rebuilds in like advertising something all over the country. Common law trademark rights might be sufficient. However, if you want long-term protection and to prevent others from using your name and logo nationwide, you should consider federal trademark registration. It says many YouTubers had trademarked their channel names and logos. Trademarking your channel name can help protect your brand identity and prevent others from using similar names. So what that means is, and I did ask these questions, this isn't something that I'm just reading and taking to my own account of how I want to interpret it. Because he lives in the state of Oklahoma and auto auction rebuilds is not a brick and mortar business that does business throughout the entire United States, is just a YouTube channel. He does not have the federal trademark protections. It's just a common law, and it can only be claimed within the state of Oklahoma. So what that basically means is, if I lived in the state of Oklahoma and started using the name like I have, then he would be protected. Now, with that being said, let me read you something from YouTube. All right, now here is where it would get really tricky for Randy to get YouTube to side with him on trademark, since he doesn't have an actual registered trademark. This is directly off of support.google.com/YouTube/answer/6154228?HL=EN, just so you guys are fully aware. It says YouTube is not in a position to mediate trademark disputes between creators and trademark owners. YouTube is willing to perform a limited investigation of reasonable complaints and will remove content in clear cases of infringement. Abuse of our legal process may result in termination of your YouTube channel. YouTube infringement notifications must include the following elements. Without this information, we cannot review your request. Section 1, complainant's information. Number 1, your full legal name. Number 2, your company name. Number 3, the trademark owner. Number 4, your relationship to the trademark owner. What is your authority to make this complaint? Number 5, your contact information. Section number 2, trademark details. Number 1, jurisdiction of trademark registration. Number 2, registration number. And here's where it's going to get sketchy for Randy. It says in parentheses, if you are claiming use rights, be sure to cite the grounds for your use-based rights and a company website. Who has the company website? I do. He does not own his website. I do. Number 3, section 3, content details. Each URL in question, video, channel, or both. Number 2, describe how you believe the trademark is being infringed. Section 4, legal affirmations. I cannot pronounce that word. You must agree to and include the following statement. I have a good faith belief that the use of the trademarks described above with the content described above are not authorized by the trademark owner or its agent, nor is such use otherwise permissible under law. Number 2, I present that the information in this notification is true and correct, and I am authorized to act in behalf of the trademark owner. Number 3, I consent to my complaint being forwarded to the user that posted the alleged infringing content, and then you must sign it. So YouTube is basically saying that unless you have some way to prove, other than you just having a YouTube channel with a name, that if you don't actually have a registered trademark, and mind you, a federally registered trademark trumps anything else. See what I did there? Trump. And they also ask for like a company website or something else similar. They do literally though say they want your company website. Well, autoauctionrebuilds.com is owned by me. So that's going to be an issue. But also that part of it really doesn't even come into play, because what really comes into play is the geographical area. He's in Oklahoma, I'm in Illinois. And so it's 2 different areas, and he's really going to have a hard time, claiming that he has this common law trademark. Lastly, at least I believe it's going to be lastly, I'm long-winded. Lastly, I want to address some of the nasty comments that I have been getting. So let me say this. Everybody is entitled to your own opinion. And just like a lot of you folks who have been coming over and subscribing to my channel and have been, quote unquote, giving your testimony about how you dislike Randy because of the way he talks to you guys as subscribers and interacts with you guys, I'm not going to tolerate that type of behavior directed towards myself or my partner. With that being said, I want to read to you guys an email that I received yesterday while I was on live. And I didn't mention it in the live yesterday, but I do want to read this email again because in full transparency, I did file a police report. I do have a police report number, and the police officer has already, just that quick, found the full name of this individual and where they live. So this came from the YouTube channel Maximus Garage. And he says, "Fuck you and go shoot yourself and go to hell, faggot, Faget. How dare you steal Auto Auction Rebuild name? You're a asshole and you are not getting away with this." So not only did he make threats to me, and I can tell you that the officer that took the report, he said that this is considered terroristic threats and also a hate crime. So, as much as a lot of you guys may not like the LGBTQ plus community, fucking live with it, deal with it. A lot of us are a hell of a lot smarter and a lot savvier, if you will, and I'm not trying to brag or be cocky, than some of you guys will ever be. This is 2025, and for anybody to come on and target somebody because of their sexuality, or target somebody because of their black, or be racist, homophobic, whatever the case may be, it just shows how ignorant you are and how you were not raised properly. And so it says a lot about your home life, and it says a lot about you as a person. So for anybody that's watching this that may subscribe to Maximus Garage, you might want to reconsider subscribing to somebody who is so freely telling somebody to go shoot theirself and calling them homophobic slurs and making threats like they did on a email that is very easily traceable through IP address and things like that. So with that being said, I am going to be very transparent and tell you guys, anybody from this point on who sends any messages that are anywhere similar to this, who is telling me to off myself or calling me any kind of derogatory statements, I'm going to treat it as a threat, and I'm going to report it to law enforcement, and I'm going to provide them with the emails and any evidence that I have of who you are. And with that being said, let me tell you something else. We're in a day and era where ChatGPT can find everything. And I can tell you that just by doing a quick search on ChatGPT saying who owns the YouTube channel Maximus Garage, his full name popped right up. And then when I asked where he lived, that popped right up. So you guys should really keep that into consideration. And I will tell you that it is dead ass accurate. And it's scary accurate. Now, I played with it last night to search for myself. I wanted to see what it had on me. And I can say that I'm happy that I can say that I'm in the clear. For whatever reason, it can't find shit on me. It found places that I've used to live, like Pompano Beach, Florida, and Fort Lauderdale, and Los Angeles, and Hawaii. But it does have a clue where I'm at right now. And it even says that in the thing. So y'all can use ChatGPT all day long to try to find where I live. And I'm 100% confident you're not going to find where I live. I also just recently moved like 2 months ago into this apartment. So I'm not worried. Anyway, but I will tell you, there was another YouTuber that was kind of harassing me last night, and again, was able to use ChatGPT and located literally his home address and his telephone number. And come to find out, he lives right here in Illinois, close by me. So he and I did kind of talk, and we squashed what was going on. I'm not really worried at this point. And so, you know, if you're watching this right now, just know that we're cool. Like, I don't have an issue with you. I said what I said to you in the email, and I left it at that. I'm good. Like, you know, don't harass me, I won't harass you, kind of thing. Anyway, guys, with that being said, that's going to be it for this video. I do plan on more than likely going live this evening. You guys are seeming to absolutely love these live broadcasts that I'm doing. Guys, we were live over 3 hours last night. I was so exhausted. I think that's the longest I've ever been live on YouTube, was 3 hours. That's crazy. But you guys are killing it with these views. Like, I've said this before. I never anticipated the response that I've gotten to any of this. I literally started posting this stuff just because I was pissed off with, the way things were going. I was pissed off that, oh, by the way, 3 hours, 36 minutes yesterday. Not just 3 hours. But I was just pissed off. I was upset over my channels continuously getting reported and taken down. And so I started posting about it, and it took off. It's blown up. And I didn't realize how many people have a hatred for Randy. I knew that he's not a personable guy. I knew that, he has burned a lot of bridges, but I didn't realize the the vastness, if you will, if that's a word, I think it is, of like how far his hatred and stuff has reached. I've had people from Indiana, I've had people from North Carolina, I've had people that live there in Byer, I've had people that live right down the road from him in McLeod, where he lives. I've had a lot of people reach out to me about dealings with him and things that has happened and so forth and so on. It just blows me away that this individual has such a hatred. It's crazy. But anyway, with that being said, guys, I'm going to wrap up this video. It is now almost 11 o'clock. I've got shit to do. And so I'm going to get off of here, but I appreciate you guys so much for all the love and support. Continue to watch these videos. Continue to subscribe. We've gained 139 new subscribers in the last 3 or 4 days, which may not seem like a lot, but it's a lot for my channel. And very quickly at that, and organically, not purchased like some YouTubers do. Anyway, with that being said, guys, thank you so much for the love and support, and I will catch y'all tonight.